guys, come on downstairs. We're bringing a little Cincinnati Reds rebuild to you today. It's MLB The Show 21. And in this episode, we're going to reach the All-Star break of season number 1. Starting out with a game against the Kansas City Royals. We'll finish it off after the All-Star break against the New York Mets. And in between, we will name the All-Star teams. So we come into this episode 3.5 games behind the St. Louis Cardinals. We are dead even at 42-42. We've passed the halfway point of the season. And we're going to quick manage a whole bunch of games here to get to the All-Star break. First off, Sonny Gray against Brad Keller of Kansas City. We get a 5-0 win. Sonny Gray picks up the win. Brad Keller with the loss. Sonny goes 6 2/3, giving up 4 hits, no runs. Did walk 3 batters and had 3 strikeouts. Second game of this series against Kansas City. Luis Castillo against Daniel Lynch. Kansas City, kind of a surprise team at 46-39, but we beat them again in Game 2, 10-5. TJ Antone out of the bullpen picks up his 6th win of the season. Jacob Junis, the loss for KC. Nicholas Castellanos went 4 for 4 in the game. Third game of the series, Tyler Mahle against Brady Singer. And we pick up another win, 5-4. Mahle with the win, Singer with the loss. Sean Doolittle with save number 22. Moustakas goes deep in a 3 for 4 game. And that closes out the Kansas City series, which we earn a sweep. And now we take on the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers, 9 games behind the Cardinals, are 3rd place in the National League Central. We are 2nd. Game 1, we'll pit Jeff Hoffman against Adrian Hauser. Brewers, 10 games under 500. That's a little bit of a surprise, I think. I thought they'd be better than that. Tyler Stevenson is your player of the game. The Reds pick up another win to move 4 games above 500. Stevenson homered. Sean Doolittle picks up save number 23. And Jeff Hoffman gets the win. Second game of the series, Wade Miley against Eric Lauer. Lauer, a 5-1 record, a 4.55 ERA for Milwaukee. And we get another win. 2-1, Lucas Sims in relief picks up win number 4. Devin Williams with the loss. Doolittle comes in for a save. Eugenio Suarez, Gino goes deep, is your player of the game. Game number 3 of this 4-game series to close out the first half of the season and hit the All-Star break. And Cincinnati wins Game 3 5-4. Heath Hembry gets the win. Nobody got the loss. Does that mean that it was like an error? If the game turns on an error, does nobody get the loss? I've never heard of that before. I have no idea. All right, here is Corbin Burns stops the Milwaukee losing streak and stops Cincinnati's winning streak. Josh Hader picks up the save. Michael Lorenzen with the loss for Cincinnati. And at the All-Star break, we are 48-43. All right, let's look at the All-Star final results. This is your National League All-Star team. The starting pitchers, Clayton Kershaw of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Pablo Lopez from the Miami Marlins. He's 12-5, a 2.07 ERA. Walker Buehler from the Dodgers, a 2.32 ERA. Mike Clevenger from San Diego. And Jack Flaherty from St. Louis. Relief pitcher Drew Pomeranz from the San Diego Padres. Relief pitchers Kenley Jansen, Roberto Osuna of the Diamondbacks, Amir Garrett from Cincinnati. So there's our first Red All-Star. Will Smith from the Braves, Josh Hader from the Brewers, and Richard Rodriguez from Pittsburgh. The catchers from the Philadelphia Phillies, JT Realmuto. From Washington, Yan Gomes. And from San Francisco, Buster Posey. First base, Mets, Pete Alonso. San Diego's Eric Hosmer, and Pittsburgh's Colin Moran. This is second base, Ozzie Albies from the Braves, Keston Hiura from Milwaukee. Third base, Chris Bryant from the Cubs. Mike Moustakas is our second Red All-Star. Shortstop, Corey Seager from the Dodgers, Paul DeJong from St. Louis, and Trevor Story from Colorado. In the outfield, starting in left field, Dominic Smith of the Mets, Christian Yelich of the Brewers. In center field, Starling Marte of Miami and Cody Bellinger of the Dodgers. And in right field, Ronald Acuna Jr., Mookie Betts from the Dodgers, and Nicholas Castellanos from the Reds. So those are our 3 All-Stars: Amir Garrett, Mike Moustakas, and Castellanos. Starting pitchers for the American League: Dallas Keuchel, Luis Severino, Garrett Cole from the Yankees, Dane Dunning from Texas, and Jose Barrios from the Twins. Relief pitcher: Aaron Slegers from Los Angeles. More relief pitchers: Ryan Presley of Houston, Matt Barnes of the Red Sox, Liam Hendricks of the White Sox, Taylor Rogers from the Twins, James Karinchak from the Indians, and Raisel Iglesias of the Angels. Behind the plate: Yasmani Grandal, Wilson Ramos, and Pedro Severino. At first base: Luke Voit of the Yankees, Vlad Guerrero Jr. of Toronto. The American League second baseman: Whit Merrifield of Kansas City, and Brandon Lau from Tampa Bay. Third base: Jose Ramirez of the Indians, soon to be Guardians, Anthony Rendon, Ty France of Seattle, and Matt Chapman from Oakland. Shortstop: Xander Bogaerts from the Red Sox, and Elvis Andrus from the Athletics. To the outfield we go: JD Martinez of the Red Sox, Eloy Jimenez of the Chicago White Sox, and Yordan Alvarez of the Houston Astros. Center fielder: Mike Trout, no surprise there, of the Angels, and Kyle Lewis, young center fielder for the Seattle Mariners, who have been a surprise in the first half of the season. The other outfielders: Mitch Haniger of the Seattle Mariners, and Adam Eaton of the White Sox. So we close out the All-Star break at 48 and 43. I'm not a huge fan of All-Star games in any sport, really. So I skipped the All-Star game, but I think it is important to show who the All-Stars were. And let's start the second half of the year with the Milwaukee Brewers. We just closed it out in Milwaukee. Now we are at home, and we get a 5-4 win. Keith Hambry with the win, Josh Hader with the loss. So we I think it was a walk-off home run by Joey Votto to give the Reds the win in that game. Adrian Hauser against Jeff Hoffman. Hoffman is 8-4 with a 4.02 ERA, pretty good for our 5th starter. And we have won 50 games on the season. We get the win here to go 50 and 43. Sean Doolittle picks up the win, Eric Yardley with the loss, 2 home runs from Nicholas Castellanos. And now we've got Eric Lauer against Wade Miley. We're beating up on the Brewers. We have won 5 of the last 6 games against them, and they get the win in this one. So the last 7 games have been against the Brewers. We've gone 5-2 in them. We sit at 50 and 44. Colton Wong is your player of the game in this one. Had a home run and 3 RBIs. Josh Hader picked up save number 23. So now we have reached the Mets series. We're going to play a game in this series. I can't remember which one. It might have been the last one of the series against the Mets. And it may even be the first one here. I don't know. So we are 3 games behind the Dodgers in the wild card race. So we're at the point of the season where we need to start keeping an eye on the wild card. Marcus Stroman against Sonny Gray. We're going to play this one, guys. We're going to jump in. We're 50 and 44. Marcus Stroman gets the start for the Mets. 3.36 ERA, 101 2/3 innings. And he's 8-3 on the season. Sonny Gray for us is 7-7, not getting a lot of run support. He's got a great 3.03 ERA and 128 strikeouts. Leads our team in strikeouts. Bottom of the first inning, Joey Votto at the plate. 1 out, nobody on. 1-1 count, delivery from Stroman, and Votto comes out of the All-Star break with a bang. Home run to right field for Joey Votto, and the Reds are on the board first. In the bottom of inning number 1. So Votto homers to start off the scoring in this game. Second inning action now. This is Michael Conforto at the plate, facing Sonny Gray. Conforto with 1 out and nobody on, a 1-0 pitch. Here's the delivery from Sonny. Right over the heart of the plate, and Conforto hits it high and deep to right, and that one's headed for the stands. Michael Conforto ties up the game with home run number 18 on the season for him. The Mets leading the National League East. coming out of the All-Star break. So Conforto ties it up on the home run. Let's go to inning number 4. We're still tied up at 1. Dominic Smith is at the plate. On a 1-2 count. Leading off the inning, Dominic Smith drives one deep to right. And that one's going to get out of here. It's kind of a hazy, foggy, overcast day. Or I should say night. At Great American Ballpark. And now here's Francisco Lindor. Still the top of the 4th. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Lindor through the hole on the left side. Runner rounding third. Here comes the throw from left. Here's the relay. Got him! Let's look at it again. Throw to the cutoff guy. Nice turn by, was it Moustakas that cut that off? Or was it Jose Garcia maybe? I couldn't tell who that was. All right, James McCann at the plate. Doesn't matter. They threw him out. 2-1 Mets. We keep runs off the board, and now we are going to put James McCann on to load the bases for the pitcher, Marcus Stroman. There was a base open. That's not a bad walk. With the pitcher up now, I'm going to try to get out of the inning against Marcus Stroman. He can swing the bat a little bit, though, and he's going to dump one into right field. And it's not going to be caught by Castellanos. It's actually going to get to the wall, and it's going to clear the bases. The pitcher, Marcus Stroman, clears the bases on us. And good strategy went bad right there. Middle of the 4th inning. 5-1 New York. Gino Suarez at the plate. Facing Marcus Stroman. Suarez just inside the chalk down the first baseline. Into right field. Suarez heading for second. He's going to get there easily with a stand-up double. And that starts off the bottom of the 4th. 9th double of the year for Suarez. That'll bring up Mike Moustakas. 3-2 count to Moustakas. And he hits one high and deep to center field. And that one is going to get out. That carried forever. Mike Moustakas with home run number 15. So this is like game number 95, and Moustakas only has 15 home runs. Keep that in mind, because I'm just realizing here that he had a monster second half of the season. Here is Dwight Smith Jr., and he's going to tack on another home run for the Reds. This one just a solo shot. So kind of a spoiler alert, Moustakas goes crazy in the second half of the season. 5th inning action, it's 5-4 Mets. Dominic Smith at the plate. He's already homered once in the game. And on a 1-0 delivery from Sonny Gray, it looks like he might get a second one. That one's headed for the bullpen. And it's going to doink off the foul pole. A home run for Dominic Smith. It's his second of the game. And I think it's like his 28th of the season. He's having a great year. All right, we go to the bullpen. TJ Antone comes in. 5.08 ERA. We'd like that to come down a little bit. 2 outs. J.D. Davis at the plate. Mets leading 7-4 at this point. We're in the 5th inning. And Antone gets J.D. Davis to strike out. And we're just halfway through the ball game at 7-4. Dominic Smith has homered twice for the Mets. 7 runs on 8 hits for New York. 4 runs on 4 hits for the Reds. Let's skip all the way ahead to the 9th inning. Score hasn't changed. We're bringing in Michael Lorenzen to try to keep it a 3-run game. Dominic Smith again at the plate. Can he hit home run number 3? This one high and deep to center field. Akiyama on his horse. And he's going to run it down. Akiyama gets to it right at the wall. The ballpark holds it, barely. And we go to the bottom of the 9th, down by 3, facing Seth Lugo. 17 saves and 19 opportunities. And we are down by 3. With 2 outs, Shogo Akiyama on a 2-2 count. Here's the delivery from Lugo. He hits it to the right side. Diving play. Knocks the ball down, but Akiyama is going to reach. And the inning is still alive. Here's Aristides Aquino. On an 0-1 delivery from Lugo, Aquino finds the hole on the right side. That's going to push Akiyama to second, and it'll bring the tying run to the plate. And we're going to bring in Jesse Winker to pinch hit. 18 home runs, 36 RBIs, a 3-1 count. And Winker is walked and the bases are loaded for Tucker Barnhart. Are we going to get a walk-off grand slam here? Barnhart's 0 for 3 on the day. We're going to opt to let him bat. Little lefty on righty action. I don't know who we had left on our bench, but Barnhart chases one up and in on his wrists and strikes out to end the ball game. Mets hold on for the win, 7-4. Dominic Smith, 2 home runs. Marcus Stroman gets the win. Sonny Gray tagged with a loss again. And Seth Lugo picks up his 18th save of the season. Moustakas hit a home run. Dwight Smith Jr. hit a home run. And Joey Votto hit home runs for the Reds, who are now 2 games behind the St. Louis Cardinals in the National League Central. And that's where we're going to end off this episode. Cincinnati Reds rebuild on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming.